I think the biggest thing that SAAC offers our Washburn community is the opportunity to hear the voice of our student athletes off the court or off the field, and really kind of humanizes them. They are young people who have thoughts and they have feelings and they have great ideas, and if we don't tend to listen to them outside of their sport, we miss a huge part of who they are. And so SAAC's ultimate goal is really to make sure that we are interacting with our student athletes, and our student athletes are leading our campus and our community as they grow and as they help us grow too.
So with our Day of Giving campaign, SAAC is looking to create a social justice series. And with the social justice series, we're going to have speakers come on Zoom. We're looking to have these speakers present on topics that will be educational for our student athletes. So these topics could include anything from race and law, race and housing, race and sports, indigenous culture, representation within the media, different things like that.
So with this money, I think the main thing that we want to do is educate our student body, and just being able to really talk about history and where all of these social justice initiatives intersect, and just really getting to educate people so that in the future, when there are situations that pop up or their friends need help understanding something, that they can educate others, and that's kind of how we want to create change. You know, a lot of our games have been canceled or postponed and moved back, so it's been a lot of unknown with the past year. So we really have to focus on other things, and being able to focus on social justice and making Washburn better and making just the whole community a better place has really been something that SAAC has wanted to focus on.
I think social justice is interesting because it's been one of those things throughout our history that's always existed. And Washburn in particular, I think it's really interesting because we were founded on this idea of social justice. We were founded as a university that allowed women, that allowed people of color in a time when other schools didn't. And so that's been our history, and that's been our backbone. It's something that has been embedded in us, and if we can tap into that and recognize that that has been our history and that is our future, we can help educate and really empower. And I think that's the biggest part of it, is if we don't empower people, if we don't give them the tools and give them the language to be able to speak and to feel like they have a voice, that's when things wither and die on the vine. If we empower our student athletes, they're the ones in the next generation who are really going to do the work and carry that forward.
The main thing that we are focusing on this semester is just creating this foundational support to SAAC. And so with this, we're able to then transcend SAAC in a way that has never been seen before. And so with that hope is this will inspire them to then create the next wave that SAAC will be on for the future.
We talk about 4 pillars you can rely on that will be passed from one generation to the next, if you will, of SAAC. And those 4 being social justice, nutrition, mental health, and community involvement. Can you just talk about holistically SAAC and utilizing those 4 pillars and being able to affect change not only here on campus but within the Topeka community?
So I think education with all of those 4 pillars and seeing how they intersect and seeing how affecting one of those can also affect others is something that's really important, and knowing a lot of factors for each of those can help us create change in each of those 4 pillars.
Student athletes, their life is kind of a microcosm of what life looks like after sport, and really kind of taking those pillars. You know, as a student athlete, you're constantly trying to tune your body and tune your mind, and make sure that you are kind of working on all cylinders. And I think it's important for SAAC and for our student athletes to realize that everything that they learn about being a competitor translates to their life outside of here. And so when they leave here, being cognizant of the interactions and the intersection of their mental health, others' mental health, their nutrition, the things that we do for our community, that is the most important piece of all of this, is being able to recognize that no matter what you do post-graduation, post-student athlete life, those all continue to intersect, and that's how we make policies and laws, and that's how our society grows and thrives, is when we actually understand how all of those things play